from?
Okay, so I'm born in Plainfield, New Jersey, and I moved down here to Georgia when I was 5. So I was raised in Austell, Georgia. So
What high school did you graduate from?
I graduated from South Cobb High School, class of 2007. Woo woo.
Did you attend college?
Yes, I attended college. I went to Payne College in Augusta, Georgia, and then transferred to Clayton State University in Morrow, Georgia.
Did you play sports in high school?
I played basketball, volleyball, and I ran track in high school. I was a student athlete, the definition of a student athlete.
You participated in
Student council.
Student council. You were part of the student council.
Yes. In high school, being involved was my escape. I did not like being home. I did not like the politics of going to school and going home and having to clean up and have chores. So a way to get out of having chores for me was to be as involved at school as much as possible. So I did student council and played sports. And
So what got you involved in sports growing up?
okay, so
It wasn't just to
everything.
get away from home.
Well, yeah, mostly it was to get away from home. I started out in 5th grade, actually. When I met you, I was in 5th grade. But then also 5th grade, for me, that was the first time I ever became a student athlete. I got involved in sports. My dad asked me, did I want to run track one year. It was South Cobb Flyers. We used to practice at Pebblebrook High School on their track, and I was a 5th grader and I started running track. And so from there, it was weird because that was the first avenue for athleticism that I really got involved in, but it pretty much prepared me for everything that I was going to end up getting involved in after that. This track was just running, and so from there, the hustle mentality was born for Nafisah, and the endurance and the longevity started for me, because track practice, it wasn't nothing but running. So it was just running. So then when it came time for me to start getting into other sports, like basketball was the next sport after track. I started playing basketball when I was in the 7th grade. All of my friends were cheerleaders, and my mom had been a cheerleader growing up, but for her, she was like, nope, you can't be a cheerleader. You ain't grown. I mean, I don't see it that way. A lot of parents don't like young girls to be cheerleaders, but for me, I just wanted to be around my friends. So all my friends were cheerleaders. The only way I could do that and still be around them was play basketball, because that's who they was cheering for. The only way I could still be around my friends was to play basketball, and they could cheer for me. So when I went out for the basketball team in 7th grade, I didn't know how to catch a ball. I didn't know how to dribble a ball. I didn't know how to shoot a layup. I didn't know how to do anything. And I went to tryouts. It was summer tryouts before the season. The coach told my daddy, work with her over the summer, and we'll see how things turn out, when it's time to try out for the actual season. So over the summer, my daddy practiced with me all summer, taught me how to catch the ball. I was practicing with my 2 younger brothers, how to shoot a free throw. That's one thing I really paid a lot of attention to and put a lot of energy into, was how to shoot a free throw. I felt like, well, if anything, I need to know how to shoot a free throw, because that's a free shot. From there, when I went to try out, they were just blown away, because I did have the basic fundamentals down and I was able to make the team. But for me, throughout every single sport I've ever played, my competitive edge, what set me apart from other athletes, was the fact that I was a hustler. I won the Hustle Award my very first year of playing basketball, just because I had that background of running track for 2 years before I played, came to the basketball team. So the Hustle Award, being able to guard anybody defensively, just because I wouldn't get tired, because I was a track star before ever playing basketball. So that background in track really set me up to be prepared for basketball. And then even in college, on the volleyball team in college, after my first year, my sophomore year of college volleyball, I became the volleyball captain. It wasn't because I was the best person on the team, but it was because of what appeared to be my heart endurance that I had when I was out there. It was conditioning time. Oh, Fisa's gonna lap everybody out there. Why? Because it started out with me as a 5th grade athlete running track, and that set me up. That kind of set the stage and set me up to be able to excel in every other sport after that.
What is Marketing Monroe?
So Marketing Monroe is my attempt to brand myself and position myself for my dream career. Marketing Monroe is an educational piece that I feel like I want to be able to help business owners and professionals and everybody who aspires to be more than who they are right now. I want them to be able to use those strategies and tactics of marketing to be able to position themselves. Got my first internship when I was in school at a record label. And when I was there working with Deb Antony, she didn't feel like she was comfortable with me being a woman, going into the video side of things. I mean, videos for a rapper, it was strip clubs and drugs and alcohol and girls and TNA. It was everything that was something that you didn't really want a college student under your wing to really, a college female under your wing to really be exposed to. So what she did was she set me up with the PR and marketing department and had me working directly with them. So I worked on campaigns with French Montana, Bo Deal, OJ the Juice Man, Gucci Mane, Waka Flocka. I mean, the big names like that. We did email campaigns. We worked with DTLR on the Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. And being able to kind of see how the worlds collide, for me, that was huge. So from there, marketing kind of became a lane for me to really put out my energy, my creative energy, and it was one that I wasn't really after and pursuing. It was one that found me. That's what Marketing Monroe is. And no, it's not Marilyn Monroe. It's not Marilyn Monroe. I'm not one of them black girls who's just obsessed with Marilyn Monroe. I actually got the name. It was like a pet nickname from somebody I dated. We was like the Jamie Foxx show. It was like Fancy Monroe, and so my brand was like, Fancy Monroe, the long legs and beautiful woman. That's the Monroe that I represent with Marketing Monroe, not Marilyn Monroe. Come on now, Dorothy Dandridge, y'all.
What's the key factor when it comes to building your brand?
Authenticity. Be yourself. There's nobody out here, out of the 7.7 billion people on this earth, there's nobody out here who can be a better you than you. Be yourself. Keep it real. Speak from what you really know. Speak from your experience. Nobody on this earth has ever experienced life in the way that you have seen it from your lens. So that's what sets you apart from everybody else. Don't try to be like anybody else.
What word of advice would you give to the student athletes nowadays?
Student athletes, man, it's so much leverage out here for a student athlete. If you wanna go to college without paying a dime, get a scholarship. Focus on that. Your years in high school is setting you up to be able to make your mark. A presentation I did at South Carolina with a new freshman, and it was make your mark. And by making your mark, it's gonna
I didn't know you did that, by the way.
Yeah, with Dr. Valentine, Miss Valentine, she had me come in and speak to the students. So yeah, make your mark is what it's about, and I want to be able to really speak to the high school students from that perspective, because everything that I do, marketing, all that stuff, is like, everybody, take what you're doing now and allow it to be your stepping stone, and put them steps on the ladder for you to be able to grow into who you really want to grow into. And so, student athletes, take note of what you're doing. Numbers is everything. Numbers game. How many free throws are you? Keep your stats. They keep your stats for you. Get those numbers. Get the stats from your team managers and keep record of where you're at, and be able to show your improvement throughout the way. The best way to improve is to know where you was at yesterday, or the last week, the last game. So pay attention to your numbers, and then also do your research. I received extra money in college just by being on the track team. I had ran track in high school, but I was awarded an additional $4,000 a semester just to be on the track team because they needed their numbers. You at the position now in high school where your future is going to depend on your strategy about what you want it to become. So take into consideration the direction you want to go in. Make sure you meet the requirements, but on the back end, go out and find those schools looking for athletes. Yeah, so take advantage of the opportunities that's right in front of you. Look up those schools. Don't let the cost of applying for a school set you back either. Always have a pleasant attitude and be driven and have the drive to put yourself out there to go out and do the research and find the opportunities, because they out there. And let that school pay for you. Let the school pay for you. They'll foot your bill.
How can we get in touch with you for your service?
For my services, you can follow me on Facebook at Marketing Monroe. I'm on Instagram at marketing.monroe. And then my personal page on Instagram is Nafisah Monroe. And that's Nafisah Monroe. Monroe.